Hallo und willkommen zurück zu Grimshade. Wir werden jetzt hier wieder in die Stadt gehen, wo wir dann vielleicht mal die alten Quests ein bisschen nachgehen. Oh, kommen sie wieder. Is the Badger King and his ridiculous friends. What is it that the boss usually says? They can't fight back if they see you coming? No, I don't think the boss ever said that. Let's give him a taste of what the back alley gents can really do. Since when are we calling ourselves that? We got a walloping last time, Darcy. I don't think we should. Since now, maybe the name will stick. And now, and stop whining. We can do it. I doubt it. The name of us whining? The name or us winning? Both. Hey, Badger! They say your tavern is full of rats. Oh wait, those are your patrons. Good citizens of Bran, stay away from the spicy wind. Their gar stinks of piss, and their food is full of badger hair. The Dragon's Stick is the place to be. Quality service in a luxurious establishment. If by quality you mean availability, luxury by left foot. It's a den of vice and depravity, the likes of which any reputable person would avoid, like the umbrages. In the spicy wind, you can relax in pleasant company behind a pint of fragrant gar. Fragrant, huh? More like pungent. People drop like flies from that swill of yours. I'll drop you like a fly, you inbred ass. Who did you just call inbred? You flea-ridden raccoon? You and your stinking band of deadbeats, along with that boss of yours from the Dragon Oh, Charlie, we've got a kid here. Yes, well agreed. You get the point. Very clearly. That does it, Badger. Wins. Boss. Well, what do we have here? Someone's been telling little lies about my honored establishment. Where do you get off using such atrocious language to address my palace of beauty and sophistication? Your goons were bad-mouthing my tavern again. I won't stand it. And Vince, your so-called palace is just a brothel. No! I'll skin your life and use your hide as a throw rug at the door of the tick. Boss? Darkness take you. Did you hear that, good citizens of Bran? Do you see what is happening here? The kingdom is in turmoil, invaders are taking our city for themselves, killing our protectors. And this insufferable Eleanor has provoked a trio of innocent citizens into meaningless bickering, spreading discord and contempt among us. At such difficult time for our beloved Bran. Psst, hey Ruby, easy on the theatrics, would you? What's gotten into you? Boss, the kid. How dare you interrupt me? We're actually in a bit of a hurry, so if you could please wrap this up so we can be on our way. Spiteful mess, I'll teach you a lesson myself. Hey boss, that's the kid we told you about. Right, show's over. Oh Badger, you have bested me. Something, I'll have my revenge, etc. Nothing to see here. Everyone back into your homes. You got families to defend. What? Come on, move it, people! I won't say it again. You can go, boys. I'll be in touch. Badger, I'll let you off the hook this time. I have business to discuss with you. Not now, Ruby. We're very busy. Busy, right. And what's got you so spooked that Wabaru let you take that rifle of yours off the wall? Enough! Can someone in this light-blessed city please tell me what's going on here? What do the tavern and the dragon tick have to do with anything? Why are the two of you fighting one second and act like you're old pals the next? The city is in danger. We have no time for this. Look who's found their voice all of a sudden. Is this that soldier boy who keeps hanging around the tavern all the time? I thought he couldn't string two words together if his life depended on it. I used to think he was a mute. Do I know you, lady? I doubt it, handsome. And who is this? Would you look at this sweet little darling? What's your name, sweetheart? What are you doing in this company of this awful badger and this musclehead Paul? My name is Kiba, Mrs. It's Miss. Thank you very much. I'm Ruby Winchester. You've probably heard of Wince? Well, that's me. No, miss, I don't think so. As I was saying, I have something I need to ask you. My friends lost something in the sewers. Then they found it, but this something got damaged while it was lost. I'll damage the faces of your friends if they ever try to pick a fight again. Oh, I'm shaking. What I'd like to know is, what the blasted hell did you do with the Lodestar? The what now, Alistair? What's all this about? This badger is about your friends taking something that doesn't belong to them and then breaking it. We didn't break a damn thing. I found Kiba alongside that crystal of yours, and then those bastards took it from us. Maybe they are the ones who broke your precious Watcher-Makellet, and want to blame it all on us. I think another headache is setting in. Listen to yourselves, you're bickering like little children. One found a toy, the other broke it. I didn't find it, technically. Great talk. We really need to get to the lower brand. Take care. How fortuitous. I've business there too. Let's go. What? Hold on now. But we hardly know you, miss. That's right, lady. This is important. We have no time to play your silly games. Oh, so serious. Charlie, please. I really need to accompany you. Right then, Alistair. Kiba, I say we let her tag along. She's got a sharp tongue, but a sharper dagger still. What we're about to do, we'll need all the assistance we can get. But... Great, since everyone agrees, there's no point in waiting around. Na gut. Dann haben wir jetzt noch Ruby dazu bekommen. Congratulations, you have got reinforcement. Ruby is a master of secret murders and spectacular tricks. She is able to stand up for herself. She has some quite specific mechanics. Ruby's first skill is concealed attack. Ruby can use it against any foe who have an empty cell near them. To use this skill, Ruby needs to stand in the front row or be in invisibility mode. Note that this attack is considered to be a melee one. Second skill are jolly tricks. Actually, one have to have quite a peculiar sense of humor to appreciate their jolliness. For example, Ruby can throw a party popper with confetti at her foe. All actions on the affected foe will be moved down in the action queue. Ruby's passive skill are giant blades. With her soll es wahrscheinlich heißen, First Blade, Ruby can avoid attacks and counterattack if her foe stands in melee range. Counterattack is not considered a full attack. Besides that, Ruby, like Alistair, is an ether operator. Ist auch wieder ein Fehler drin. If you upgrade her amulet, don't forget to do it, she can deal light damage to her foes and blind them. Blinded characters can't use ranged skills. Ruby plays hide and seek masterfully. It's her technical skill not connected to any equipment. Ist wieder ein Fehler. She always can hide. When Ruby is under cover, she begins her preparation. If it's successful, Ruby becomes invisible. Okay. Invisibility allows Ruby to perform an attack with her first weapon from any row. Besides that, while Ruby is invisible, she can't be targeted by foes. Ruby will come out of the invisibility mode if she deals damage or receives one. From area of effect attacks, for example. Okay, jetzt können wir aber dann vielleicht auch mit den Leuten hier reden. Well, look who it is. Long time no see. Nee. This is the best booze in all of the brand. We need to know about the incident involving the officer. Tell us what you know. I don't know much. The first time he ran in here with a photo. Alright, then what happened? Then he disappeared and everything was quiet until the day he came again. On that evening, he wasn't looking for anyone and wasn't yelling anymore. As soon as he came in, he came like a shot right at me. His appearance was already pretty worn and tattered. He kept slurring his words and mumbling to himself about some documents. Which papers? I don't know what those papers were, but he was really upset. He sat for around 10 minutes gazing into space, his eyes empty. Then he got up and started to drink like a fish. He drowned glass after glass. Broken heart syndrome. After the 5th glass, he groaned and wheezed when he hit his head on the bar and slowly fell to the floor. The last thing I heard him say was either "I love you, Margaret" or "I loathe you, Margaret." I can't be sure. What did you give him to drink that caused him to die after the 5th glass, you murderer? Keep it down, lady. No one has ever died on my watch. I can always tell when someone has reached their limit. The poor guy was just drinking normal water. What? Just water? That's right, normal water, I swear it. How can water kill a person? I told you, he looked bad when he came in. The cause was something else entirely. Well, alright then. Do you remember what was in the photo that he brought? Apparently it was him with that very same Margaret. Describe what she looked like. Nothing exceptional. She was slim, cute, but no better than our girls here. Did she have any distinguishing marks? As in having wooden legs sticking out of her dress or a scar on her face? More or less, jokester. No, nothing like that. It was just a picture of a young smiling couple. The situation is still rather confusing. It would be a lot simpler if we could find that photo. I can only wish you luck. See you. Ouch, boss. I almost forgot. I was asked to pass you a present from a friend of yours. Well, thank you, darling. Aha. Vielleicht sollten wir uns das hier auch noch durchlesen. Ruby is more than meets the eye. Her skills with the short blade and ability to trick the enemy into seeing what she wants them to see makes her an extremely effective assassin and saboteur. At the same time, she is capable of bending light ether to her will, blinding enemies and giving allies the ability to fight for longer periods of time. Quick-tempered, insolent, but extremely smart, Ruby Winchester had seen a lot. She went through novitiate at the fold of the Lambent Mothers and was royally expelled from the parish to find her real mission. She became the leader of the street gang and the mistress of the gambling house Dragontick in the respectable district of Bran, but behind the facet of bravado and harshness, Ruby hides her good part. Dann haben wir hier Shallas Gift, Lambent Mother's Amulet. Ruby never passed the initiation, but she made off with this amulet and she can use it well. What a party without poppers and confetti. Ruby blows a party popper in the face of a foe. They would act only after they shake off all those colored circlets. Foe gets staggered, a status, and is moved by 10 new time units back in the action queue. Its mutual grants Ruby its mutual status. Huge knife with razor sharp blade. Grants Ruby 2 avoidance tokens. When a foe tries to attack Ruby in melee range, she backlashes at them and deals 10 damage. Dangerous toy, especially in skilled hands. Hornet. Ruby moves to a chosen empty cell on the foe side and attacks the target, ignoring their armor and avoidance tokens. She deals 10 points of physical damage and increases target's tension by 20. After the attack, Ruby returns on her original cell. Und dann haben wir jetzt noch was bekommen. An Amour. Nothing anti-scientific, just pheromones. Ruby throws a bottle with pheromones at the target cell in range. Oh, biochemistry, though heartless, a target in cell and neighbors won't be able to attack the charmer for 4 actions. Okay. Erscheint mir jetzt nicht so wahnsinnig sinnig. Dann reden wir mit dem nächsten. Gentlemen, welcome to the Dragon Tick. The best established... Oh, my lady, are those your friends? Well, sort of. More of fellow travelers. I have to be away on business. Look after the girls for me, would you? If you need anything, ask Fedor. He's good at making people polite. Yes, ma'am. Hey, kiddo, did you want something? Nothing right now. See you, kids. How can I help? There's an handsome officer lying in the morgue. They say he was brought there from here. Do you know anything about that? Oh, you're probably here to ask me about that unlucky fellow who was overcome by love. Alice, tell me everything you know. I don't know much. He came a few times. He was looking for the woman he loved. Supposedly, they met here. He was even waving around a photo of her. Did he say her name? I don't recall. I've got enough names to remember as it is. Do you remember what the person in the photo looked like? It was a girl like any other. There was nothing remarkable about her that I remember. Ups, da bin ich jetzt einmal drüber gesprungen. I wasn't here that day. You'd better off asking someone else. Gucken wir mal gerade. Alright, Alice, what happened the day he died? Okay. Stella Kirsch, at your service. We're trying to find out the circumstances the young officer died under. Do you know anything about that? Are you here about Gabriel? He sure was handsome. I took a liking to him, and then suddenly all of this. I smiled and winked, but he was obsessed with his Margaret. The last time he was here, it was me that was almost ready to pay him for the evening, but it would have been in vain. He was running all over the place looking for his Margaret. He was showing everyone a photo. Who's this Margaret? Do you know that name, Ruby? None of our girls are named Margaret. Do you know her? No, I don't recall ever knowing Margaret. I don't know why he came searching for her here. What was in the photo? Nothing special. It was just your average posed picture in a frame. In it was that handsome man with some pretty girl. Do you remember what she looked like? No, I only have a good memory of male faces. And not only faces, I imagine. You are as perceptive as ever, madam. We've got work to do. Und du? Psst, kid, do you want a little double apple flavored hookah? Dann du noch, Helen. The prettiest girl on the Dragon Tick at your service. What does a pretty girl like yourself know about the officer that was taken to the morgue a few days back? I don't know anything about him. He came a few times, ran around like a madman looking for some girl he knew. Last time he ran in here, he drank a few glasses and then fell over backwards. You'd find out more by asking the bartender. Na super. Und du? Nö. Hab ich da jetzt irgendwen vergessen? Glaub nicht. Mal gucken, ob da irgendwas Neues ist. Nee. Can I have a drink? What's up? When you don't know what's going on, it's best to ask the barmaid. Das hatten wir ja getan. Der ist nichts. Nee, da haben wir nichts mehr. Was sagt die Quest? Yeah, I had a photograph of that girl. If you can find that photo, it would tell us a lot. Können wir nochmal darüber. Hat er das? Na, Elizabeth. I'm happy to see you in the city, Mark, my friends. How can I serve such rosy cheek and beautiful lips? Talking of the young man with strange kiss marks on his neck. I'm listening. Was there a photo with the cops when it arrived by chance? No, there wasn't a photo. I would have remembered. Just a few coins, a tobacco pipe, and a pistol. Too bad. That could have been the key to this murder. There's only one place where photos can be taken. You need the old scoundrel Isaac. He is the only one responsible for this. What can you tell us about Bran? Oh, sightseeing is not my thing. Achso, das war ja die Stadt. Ja. Dann gehen wir wieder dahin. Dann reden wir mal mit dem Isaac. Isaac. The years go by and take with them your okay? We would like to ask you about one of the photos. What photo are we talking about? The other day an officer died under strange circumstances in the Dragon Tick. So what can I do about it? According to witness, he came here with a photograph a few days back. In the photo he was with a pretty girl. And? Are you kidding me? You're our last chance. There isn't another photographer in the city. We're more than certain that you were the one who took the photo. Perhaps you remember the pair and can describe what they looked like. Ha ha ha, are you out of your mind? If I remembered every last officer that came in and out of here with their lovers, I would have already gone mad. That's a pity, Isaac. We won't keep you any longer. I could let you look through my box of photographic plates, gentlemen. What are these photo plates, old trickster, and why should we take a look at them? The fact is, my uniformed lady, that photos aren't made right away on paper. First, you need to get a negative impression using glass and photosensitive solution. And only then, by using contact printing, do you get what you call a photograph. So, what you're saying is that you have glass plates with images of all your clients. Of course, not all of them, but I have the plates from the last half year. We need to take a look at them right away. Alas, gentlemen, I'm far too old to do good deeds for free. To get your hands on my photo plates, you'll have to order a photo session with me first. For 2,000 coins, you get a wonderful shot to remember. You'll also get to look through the box of photo plates. We'll think about your offer, Isaac, and we'll come back later. Come in, come in. Old Isaac is always prepared to bring out beauty. Okay. Maybe you should ask soldiers at the garrison about it. Is it a lisp? Last champion of Bran. We have to help the dwellers of Lower District to push Blasphia away from their homes. Alistair wants to attack several Bespia war camps and gather some of his equipment from the secret stashes along the way. Ist da unten? Es ging aber ja auch noch nach oben, wenn ich mich recht erinnere, wo ich aber noch nicht hingelaufen bin. Naja, okay. Das ist einfach nur ein Ausgang von der Zone. Dann gehen wir mal wieder in die Lower Districts. I think we should start with the northwest past my home. It's closest to the middle city where the Bespia soldiers haven't taken a foothold yet. That means we'll face less resistance there. Then we'll move on to more difficult areas. Let's stretch these cranky old bones. Onward! Und da unten haben wir wieder unseren Respawn. Die Sache ist aber halt die, dass wir jetzt nicht mehr alle decken können. Ich glaube, wenn wir das so machen, ist die jetzt schon getarnt. Hide and Seek. Ruby hides behind and alley back. Das ist aber auch ein falsch. Ruby's master style when she hides while covered, she can't be reached with ranged and special attacks. Der ist natürlich jetzt dumm, weil der jetzt komplett umgeschossen wird. Aber mal testmäßig. Muss ich noch mal ein paar Notizen machen. Okay, die ist jetzt getarnt. Jetzt kann die das hier machen. Aha. Ach so, und dann kann sie aussuchen, wen sie angreift. Okay. Restart Battle. Die hat aber ja auch Evasion-Dings. Also sie muss nicht nach hinten. Hier ist aber kein Sentinel. Ich kann das auch von vorne machen. Mhm. Für so einen Kampf könnte es sich halt eventuell lohnen, die andere Waffe zu verwenden. Mhm. Ether Device. Keine Ahnung, was man damit machen kann oder soll. Quest Items, okay. Na gut, ja, hier konnten wir ja nicht durch. Da können wir nochmal rein. Ruby, how are you, young child? Let's speak as friends. Did you also grow up on the low quarters? The bandit slums, to be exact. It's a terrible place. Let's just say it's not for everyone. The people who live there are much worse off than the people that live around Reunion Square. No one would choose to live next to monsters if it were up to them, even if there is a massive wall separating them. The stratification of society is inevitable in these adverse conditions, and the Kingdom of Bran imposes on its people. Over time, those that weren't able to get out of here and live closer to the castle became resentful of those who had. But I believe that a free person should feel free in any society. Whether they are poor or needy or well off and fortunate, among both groups there are good people, there's also scum. I assure you, I'm a free woman. Self-positioning is the key to success. How do you like that? I came up with the word self-positioning myself. But doesn't that word already exist? Oh yeah, and how would you know? Your memory seems to be misplaced, doesn't it? We'll talk later. Charlie, do you want something, lad? The history of Bran must be unique and interesting. How did the kingdom come about? You like history, do you? Then listen up. A long time ago there was a kingdom in the north called Asterion, which was ruled by the wise king Darvish. When Darvish was in his old age, his children started to divide the kingdom. They wouldn't share, and war ended up breaking out. Among the unrest in Ilior, uprising erupted, which eventually brought down the entire kingdom. The war ended with a catastrophe that buried Asian beneath the waves of the northern seas. Leors and Livs had to set out in search of a new home. They headed south, driven by nature and the wild animals and monsters in it. Some of the people that were left after the long march came to the ancient city of Iliors. Bran was built on the ruins of that very city. The father of King Wilhelm, the son of Aemon Darvish, known as Christian Einheim, saw that his people would be safe here. They were able to fence themselves off from the rest of the harsh world. It's not so clear anymore whether or not that was such a good idea. Just take a look at Blespia, whose technologies are much more advanced than ours. It goes without saying that the people of Blespia are the descendants of the people who broke away from the main group while fleeing Eosin. Until the invasion, it was thought that they hadn't survived. Anyway, what else can I add about Bran? The emblem of the kingdom is a noble one. It's a strong mountain monster, bowing his head horned head before the king on the castle ruins. Or at least that's what Christian thought. Or wanted to think. We don't actually know. Tell me more about the champions that Alistair keeps going on about. When people settled in Bran and started to build the kingdom, there was no danger posed by the umbrage. But the danger eventually appeared. The alchemists had just begun their duties, and they already understood that Bran needed strong defenders. That's how the champions came about. There were never many of them, but their strength was always enough to fight against the umbrage. These brave people took to the streets at night. They weren't afraid to enter the fog that the umbrage came from. Soon the kingdom was free of the terrible adversity. Now hardly any champions remain. They lay down their lives fighting against Bespierre. Just imagine. They were created to fight against monsters, and they died at the hands of Livs, just like themselves. They were noble, sympathetic, and fearless people. May light keep their memory. Every young boy dreams of becoming such a warrior. Alistair was no different, since his father was a champion. Stephen Garuda was my friend, and we always loved to talk about past victories and glory. I can't say that all champions were so selfless and sincere, but Stefan, he was a kind lad. Thank you for the conversation. Hello there, pal. How are you feeling? You have a lovely family, Alistair Garuda. Haha, thanks, friend. I really love my mother and sister, but we have a difficult relationship. After my father's death, I wanted to be just like him, but my mom told me that it was too dangerous. Ach, man kann mit Rechtsklick weiterklicken. I couldn't accept her point of view, and we started growing more distant. She worries about me, but I'm still sure that children aren't born just to live under their parents' care. Children should be independent members of society and choose their own path. When grown inside a greenhouse, a child becomes not an adult, but a vegetable. That's what my father would say, yes. And Trixie, just look at her. She's so full of energy. It's impossible not to love that little rascal. Family is great. Chin up, Kiba. Do you want to be brothers? We never had a brother before, and I would love to have a brother like you. It hasn't even been 1 day, and we've saved each other's lives. I think that's a sign. I would like that a lot, Alistair. Haha, great. I think we're really similar. We don't know much about each other, but I feel like we're very close. I felt better right away, big brother. It's a good feeling, knowing that someone dear you is near, Alistair. Thanks. Who are these invaders? I can't say anything for certain, because I still don't know. A flying fortress has approached Bran. You know, it's like a huge bird. And soldiers on flying machines came from the fortress and rushed toward the city. I knocked down the rider, but not knowing how to control the mechanism, I found myself outside the walls of the city, in Umbridge Weald. That's when I found you. You saw the arrest yourself. They definitely have their own kingdom and very good ether apparatus to work with air ether. How bad things are in the lower quarters remains to be seen. Well, since we're safe in the spicy Wind Tavern, the attack must have died down. Wir sind aber gar nicht da. Let's speak later. Genau, das hier meinte ich bei einem Teil davor. Das ist die Spielecke von der Tochter. Finde ich sehr schön. Old Eleoran Tales had gathered quite a crowd of toy listeners. Okay. Gehen wir nochmal da hoch. Aber ich schätze mal, dass da nichts ist. Ja. So, dann wollen wir mal gucken, ob wir hier ein paar Kämpfchen finden. Und da sind auch schon wieder Valkyren. We should exercise caution from here on out. I can see soldiers patrolling. Keep an eye on those medical supplies. If we run out, we should head back to the tavern. Vavaru always has some in stock. Right. I keep that in mind. You ready, Keeper? Ready. Ja, oder wir gehen einfach in dieses Haus da hinten. Jo. Na, müssten wir uns jetzt auch wieder alles angucken hier. Encourage their allies and gives their haste statues. Summons a powerful gust of air which pushes the whole enemy row oneself forward. Deals 5 points of air ether damage to all targets, increases their tension by 10. Okay. Fix Bayonets. Performs 2-shot strikes melee as guess with a Normalangriff. Plum in the hole. Throws a pilum at the target in any cell on the field and deals 7 points of physical damage to it. Target's tension increased by 7. Das ist so dieselbe. Das ist eine Valkyrie. Das auch. Okay, sinnvoll wäre das in dem Fall, die alle eins runterzustellen. Um dem einen Zug mehr zu geben. Andererseits wird er jetzt vermutlich auch von beiden angegriffen werden. Das ist ja jetzt ziemlich unnütz eigentlich. Attach staggered, was war das noch? As we move down the action queue and can't be moved again. Okay, das macht also auch eigentlich keinen Sinn. Das hier ist halt ein starker Angriff. Achso, ignores Armor and Avoidance. Dann machen wir den mal direkt auf den. Na, das ist super. Damit teilt sich jetzt auch noch der Angriff auf, oder auch nicht. Okay. Die hat jetzt noch 5, das heißt, die nuken wir gleich um. Und dann können wir hier auch noch Schaden anrichten. Der ist gleich nochmal dran. Der wird die natürlich dann angreifen. Der wird sich auch nichts machen lassen. Und der Schütze ist auch noch dran. Also es wird jetzt schon sehr schmerzhaft werden. Okay, machen wir das anders. Wobei, so wahnsinnig viel anders kann man da gar nicht machen, fürchte ich. Machen wir den mal. So. Ach, die hatte auch noch diesen Rückangriff-Gedöns. Versuchen wir hier mal. Na gut, damit hat die aber ja jetzt schon nur noch 0. Und wird auf jeden Fall von dem angegriffen werden. Also macht es vielleicht Sinn, den komplett zu fokussieren. Ja, und da bräuchten wir jetzt quasi die andere Waffe für. Nehmen wir den angreifen. Naja. Den kann man halt eigentlich nicht davon hindern, es sei denn, wir hätten da jetzt ein bisschen mehr Schaden mit dem. Weil wir da ja nicht drankommen. Ja. Nehmen wir die Waffe. Confuse führt dazu, dass er irgendwo hinläuft, oder? Waste their action on moving to a random valid cell on the battle grid. Naja. Mhm. Na, der ist, glaube ich, unvermeidbar. Oder wir müssten die dann wegbewegen. Dann dürfte die das aber im Moment nicht verwenden. Dann wartet die jetzt erstmal. Ja. Dann gucken wir mal, dass wir den hier umnuken. Die geht jetzt weg. Das heißt, der kann nur noch den angreifen. Mhm. So. Jetzt kriegen die alle neue Punkte. Wir können allerdings jetzt auch nichts gegen den machen. Ja, das heißt, der wird jetzt da auf jeden Fall angreifen und Schaden anrichten. Den können wir auch gleich mit dem umpusten. Mhm. Eine Notiz gemacht. So, der wäre ja jetzt auch nochmal dran. Und würde dann da auch nochmal drauf angreifen können. Und da ist das jetzt halt blöd. Weil das könnten wir nicht mehr ordentlich wegbekommen. Und dann wäre das das Sinnvollste. Ja, oder der... Ne, wobei, der Angriff kann, glaube ich, gar nicht. So. Mhm. Nehmen wir den, weil das runterbekommen werden wir nicht mehr durch den Rundenwechsel. Und dann gehen wir dahin und dann kann die da gleich auch noch angreifen. Jetzt haben wir erstmal den ersten Angriff. Den zweiten Angriff. Dann einmal hier den. Ach, die kann den jetzt nicht mehr verwenden. Wieso denn das? Hm. Keine Ahnung, wieso das nicht funktioniert. Dann müssen wir das hier verwenden. Was haben wir hier? Kisten. Metal Junk. Aha. For the crown, for Bran. Too much grandstanding, handsome. Where'd I put my damn bullets? Winds tear me to shreds. Is this what they are throwing at us now? A woman, an elderly Eleor, a dog, and a pair of rascals? Wait a minute, that's a dark champion. I thought we got all of you filthy ilk. Careful, man. Don't let this one turn. You pay for what you've done. Eleor, dog, eh? You, I shall deal with you personally. Das sind wieder die Peitschenmänner. Das heißt, die werden den gleich rüberschieben. Es sei denn, wir machen das anders. So dass der nicht rübergeschoben werden kann. Es sei denn, die schieben die zuerst. Das weiß ich aber noch nicht, ob das... Wer hier als erstes drankommt. Okay. Ich denke, die sollten wir auch als erstes abmessern. Der kriegt aber natürlich jetzt, oder die kriegt jetzt die Angriffe von denen ab. Confuse. Mhm. Oh, okay. Naja, das ist nicht so gut. Machen wir das mal so. Ja. Ja, das ist jetzt das Problem wieder, dass wir dann da... Jetzt schießen die den an. Das macht ja dann auch keinen Sinn. Wen habe ich denn jetzt gerade anvisiert? Kann nichts klicken. Dann starten wir halt. Ja, müssen wir direkt wieder neu starten. Vielleicht kann ich jetzt. Okay. Machen wir das mal so. Was macht der jetzt? Okay, jetzt kann der aber wieder zurück. Der hält noch 15 aus. Der kann diesen Sniper-Angriff machen. damit ist der ja quasi für das nächste Mal kurzzeitig ausgeschaltet. Und er hätte so wenig Hitpoints, dass wir den möglicherweise abmetzeln könnten. Noch 15. Machen wir denn da drauf? Mhm. Zurück. So, der hat jetzt noch 17. Das ist halt total umständlich. Jetzt muss man hier gucken, der macht 20 Schaden. Hier gucken, der hat 0 Rüstung. Okay, das heißt, der würde funktionieren. Statt da einfach nur ein Mouse-Over zu geben und die Schadensanzeige zu haben. Oh, okay. Der macht jetzt nochmal sein Peitschending. Das macht 10 Schaden und halt diesen Zusatzeffekt. Okay. Mhm. Air Ether Crystal. If we are to take their words at face value, it seems like all champions have been defeated. If that's true, then Bran is now defenseless. Our army is courageous, but small in number. They are trained to fend off the umbrages, not fight in a siege. What did he mean by don't let him turn? Turn where or into what? The most foul, cruel and bad-tempered beast you've ever seen. This is no time for jokes, Ruby. Oh wait, looks like you've already turned into one. I'll ignore that. I don't know what they're talking about, Kiva. My first stash is very close, in a wall in that house to the north. Let's grab it and head for the barracks in the east. Vorher machen wir aber erstmal einen Schnitt und dann werden wir beim nächsten Mal weitersehen. Also bis denne!